Hey there. So I'm Alex, and I'm here to give you a short demo of what you can do on DigitalOcean with Netmaker. So on DigitalOcean, I have two projects. I'm going to show you how we connect resources across clouds in one project, and also how we do secure remote access in another project. So let's get into that quickly, just showing on project one, we have a few servers set up. We also have a Kubernetes cluster. And then over in AWS, we also have an EC2 instance. On our other project, we've got a few different droplets deployed, as well as a gateway, which we'll explain. We have a firewall in place, and we also have a managed database running. So what does this look like in Netmaker? Here, you can see on our dashboard, we have two networks set up, one for that first project and one for the second. So if I go over to our nodes here in the first project, you can see our servers. You can also see our EC2 instance, as well as a node of our Kubernetes cluster. And on the Kubernetes cluster, we've enabled forwarding, so you're able to reach all the pods inside of that network over the overlay. So just to show you quickly what that looks like here, I'm logged into our app server, and we can go ahead and ping our EC2 instance over the private IP, which you can think of as like a VPC that crosses environments. We also set up DNS, so you can use DNS names instead. So we've got our EC2 instance there, and it's just going to go ahead and ping it that way. So over on our other project, again, we have this firewall set up, and the firewall is preventing any traffic coming in from the outside world into our VPC, with the one exception that we have a gateway deployed. So here you can see the only traffic allowed is from within the VPC network. And then we have a single instance, which we're calling a gateway, which allows traffic. Oh, sorry, wrong one there. So the gateway firewall, this allows traffic in over the encrypted network, as well as we've got SSH right now, but we can disable that. So if we take a look at that project over here, we can see we just have this gateway deployed, and basically it's forwarding traffic into that VPC. Then we have our users set up. We've got automatic IDP sync from Microsoft set up so that our users are getting created automatically and added to groups. And we can actually add pretty advanced access controls here as well, which we're not going to go into too much, but basically you can set which specific ports, which specific services, IP addresses that different groups can access across all the networks. So over here, I'm logged in as my user, authenticated using Microsoft, and over this, I am able to reach the network. So here I'm going to SSH specifically to the droplet's IP address, or the VPC address. But actually, rather than that, we can use the DNS that we've set up inside of our platform. So I can just SSH there directly, and we're in. This would not be accessible otherwise. So if we go back here, we can kind of see what does that look like if we try using the public address. So if we try the public address, it basically freezes. So the other thing we have is a MySQL managed database. So we can do the same thing there. We've got our private address, DNS set up that will forward directly to the VPC address and connect to that directly over the VPN. And lastly, we set up that Plex server. So let's just go ahead and look at that again inside of here. We've got our DNS set up for Plex. So go to the browser. And there we are, we're able to access. And again, we switch off the VPN, toggle that off. And let's see what happens here. We got disconnected, so let's try to connect to there again. Error, no DNS. Try connecting over the IP address. not connecting. Same thing over here. Error. Error. So simple as that. That's all you need. And that's how you set things up with Netmaker for secure access to DigitalOcean resources and also secure access between resources such as Droplets, EC2 instances, and Kubernetes clusters. So thank you very much. Let me know if you have any questions.